Hey everyone, Aidan here. The other day I was thinking about what exactly a restaurant needs in order to book catering far beyond a normal rate. I was just sort of thinking about what separated my old pizzeria from other restaurants that never make significant catering sales. Now, having a sales pitch is part of the process, as is having a marketing strategy and getting that message in front of the right people. But there's a lot more that goes into this equation, right? So at the Pier 49 pizza location that I owned, I couldn't control the menu. I couldn't control the prices or so many other things. I had to stick with the menu that every one of the other restaurants used. Why then was I able to scale to $950 per day in catering sales while so many other restaurants can't capture $950 in catering sales in an entire month? As crazy as it sounds, how good the food was has very little to do with the amount of catering sales a restaurant can make. Here's the deal. If your restaurant is still open, you have good food. Restaurants with bad food, as we all know, close really quickly. So if you're watching this and you own a restaurant, food truck, or catering business, just know that your food is good. It's great. It's enough to book serious catering orders. What you now need to change is how you present the food to potential catering customers. Now, I'm sort of getting ahead of myself here. Let's take a step back and look at the catering success equation and break it down step by step. After thinking about what separates great caterers from restaurants with non-existent catering, I came to the conclusion that there's an equation behind this. And this is what I call the catering success equation. Basically, what it comes down to is this: an irresistible offer plus the right audience plus the right marketing equals a dominant catering network that pays you today, tomorrow, and for years to come. So let's break this down into the three different variables and address them one by one. So variable one, an irresistible offer. Now let's go into my EasyCater account so I can show you what I'm talking about when I refer to this offer. First up is having an irresistible offer. The first half of this variable involves having a catering menu that is easy to order from. Basically, if ordering catering from your restaurant involves anything beyond selecting a catering package and inputting a head count, it's too complex. Take a step back and create a per-person catering menu like the one that I had in my old pizzeria, where we basically gave people a choice between 1, 2, or 3 catering packages and then a special meal for 10, right? So when you keep things simple, more people are going to end up following through and actually put an order on the calendar, as opposed to if you just showed people a massive wall of different pizzas and said, order. You're giving people instructions so they can follow along. Now, if you want a detailed breakdown on how to do this, go back and look at the video I made called Boost Catering Sales with this Simple Menu Hack. That video goes into more detail on the strategy behind creating a catering packages and a simple to order menu. The second half of your restaurant's catering offer is your first order deal. If you don't have a first order deal, then you need to make one. You can do something simple like offering free desserts, free appetizers, or maybe free salads with a meal purchase. But if you want a really amazing and high converting first order deal, then you want to combine all three of those. When you offer someone free appetizers, free salads, and free desserts when they order pizza for the office, that's a deal too killer to ignore. Not everyone's going to redeem it, but you're going to get a whole lot more calls than if you just showed people your menu and told them, hey, it would be nice if you ordered, right? Everything with catering revolves around aligning your motivations, so trying to earn as much catering business as possible, with food buyers' motivations, trying to look like a hero to the people they're feeding. That's where a profitable and long-term partnership can form. When you reward people every time they order catering from you, that just makes your offer even more irresistible. So, summing up what makes an irresistible catering offer, your menu needs to be structured in a way that people can just choose a catering package and then select a head count, and then their order's done. Then, you need to have a killer first order deal where the first time someone orders catering for the office, they get something for free. Afterwards, we make the food buyer aware of your rewards program and the fact that every time they order, you are going to personally reward them in some way. Put all this together, apply it to your restaurant, and then your catering offer is going to be irresistible and 10 times better than anyone else's. After owning restaurants for years and working with many restaurants to analyze what works for a catering menu and what doesn't, I can say that simplicity is the driving factor behind why some food buyers order from restaurants and not others. Make things easy on your customers and they'll not only order with you, but they're going to stick around and order month after month, year after year. This, of course, as we all know, is the ultimate goal with catering. Variable 2, the right audience. So the right audience is so important when marketing any product, but especially a catering program. Generally, the best audience for a restaurant, food truck, or catering company to target are companies with 20 or more employees. An office with 4 or 5 employees could probably send you a $50, $60, maybe even a $70 catering order, but that's not large enough to have a significant impact on your catering sales. You can 100% target small companies of 5, 10, or 15 employees. But before you do that, make sure you are targeting the big fish, the offices with 20, 50, 100, even 500 employees. One catering order to an office of 500 is worth as much to you as 50 orders to an office of 10. But you're only having to make and deliver food once instead of 50 different times. When building your catering network, focus on the largest companies in your area first. If there are 6 offices in your area with over 500 employees, then those 6 offices are your number one priority. One catering order from one of those customers could mean $5,000 to $8,000 up to your bottom line. That's serious money. For a lot of restaurants out there, one sale that big could be a 25 to maybe even a 50% increase on weekly sales. Line up one of these orders every single week, and any financial difficulties you've had evaporate into thin air. This is why I say catering is a game changer for any food business. Now, if you and I have ever sat down and talked about catering at your restaurant, you know that I use a software called Data Axle Genie to locate companies to market to. Let's take a look at that real quick. In the early days of setting up my restaurant's catering network, I used to go to Google Maps and just copy paste business names and address names into a list. And I'd just go around town copy and pasting that process. Now, this was a terrible way to do things. I spent so much time building a business list, but I had no idea what size any of these companies were. Because of that, I had no idea which of them were worth marketing to, and I wasted time and resources marketing to all of them. All of that changed when I learned about B2B databases. So the best B2B database that I found for our purposes is called Data Axle Genie. That's one I have open here on my screen right here. Now, this is the platform that helps us target the right audience that needs to hear about your restaurant's catering program. Now, let's do a quick example for a restaurant in Las Vegas. So we're going to head over to the Geography tab, into City. In State, we're going to type Nevada. And then in City, we're going to type in Las Vegas. Then we're going to scroll down real quick, and then we're going to go to Business Size, and then we're going to filter by number of employees. We want to do everything above 20. So, awesome, perfect, look at that. And we're just going to click Run Search right here. Now, after I hit search, we're going to see that there are 6,119 records. Now, Las Vegas, it's a pretty big city. So if I were to, actually building the perfect contact list for a real restaurant, I'd go into this platform and I'd just do a 5 or maybe a 10-mile radius out from the restaurant instead of showing the entire city like this. But I just wanted a quick example so you can see that wherever your restaurant is located, there are hundreds and possibly even thousands of businesses that are prime targets to talk about and to hear about your catering. Now, a majority of these businesses order catering, but they don't order it from you. We need to change that, which brings us to our next step, which is the actual marketing message. So, scrolling down here. Okay, so let's talk about the right marketing message. So, how do you reach out to these people, the people in this Data Axle Genie document, in this platform, rather, and let them know about your restaurant's catering program and fill them in on why they should choose you above everyone else. After trying dozens of different marketing methods, I filtered out everything that doesn't work, and I'm left with 6 really effective ways to do it. So check this out. So number 1 is catering mailers. So sending physical mailers to food buyers around town. As we've already walked through, we have a perfect contact list of the exact people to reach out to. And then when you go in and you print mailers and send out hundreds of them at a time, customers are going to start reaching out to you every day to put orders on the calendar. There's a really effective, sort of old school method that works surprisingly well. Now, our second method here is email reach out. So sending emails to office managers, executive assistants, receptionists, and all the people we just reached out to with our physical mailers. When you reach out over email, shortly after sending your mailers, you can remind people that you have the best catering around and they really should give you a try. Perfect, moving on to number 3, that's gonna be partnerships with wedding venues and wedding planners. Now, you can't have a wedding without a venue. That means that wedding venue owners and wedding planners have constant contact with your dream customers. If you can convince these wedding venue owners and wedding planners to be an advocate for your restaurant and do the hard work of a sales force for you, then you can book $1,000 orders every weekend. There's a way to do this, and it's really effective, and it's worked super well in many markets at upscale venues and at more economy venues. Number 4 here is Google Ads. Now, everyone knows that ads work. If you want to make serious catering sales, you're going to skip worrying about keywords like pizza near me and start putting money towards keywords like catering near me and affordable catering. This way, every person in your area who searches for catering is going to see your restaurant right at the top of the list. When they click for more info and see your first order deal and an easy-to-order catering menu, chances are very high that they order catering from you. Then moving on to number 5, which is meta ads. So building off of our Google ads, we want to have meta ads that we run on Facebook and Instagram. Now in these ads, we can hyper-target just people who are engaged and likely to need wedding catering. Then we can also target demographics of people who usually order corporate catering too. So we can hit both our corporate catering targets and our wedding catering targets. With meta ads, you can show your ads just to the exact people who need to see them. Right, and then number 6 is setting up one-on-one meetings with offices in town. Now going out to offices in town with some of your food and introducing them to your restaurant and what you do is the best way to do this. Start at the top of your business contact list at the largest companies in town and work your way down. Every day you go out to meet people, you're going to book catering orders. Now, taking all this together, this is some pretty complex stuff. But the good news is this. Catering Launch can help you with our 10 weeks to $10,000 catering accelerator program. Now, I really didn't record this video to do a sales pitch. So if you want more info about that program, just reach out and we can chat. So moving on, when you use these marketing methods, you're reaching out over different channels in ways that are proven to work, and you're going to see huge results. These are the same methods that helped me at Pier 49 Pizza book up to $7,200 of catering in a day, $15,000 of catering in a week, and over $300,000 of catering last year. It doesn't matter if you run a pizzeria, a deli, a barbecue joint, a Mexican restaurant, whatever kind of restaurant you run, or food truck or catering business, these strategies work. And it doesn't matter if you're in a small town or in a major metro area. There are businesses near you right now that need a reliable go-to catering partner. The only question is, are they going to order from you or are they going to send that business to someone else? Catering isn't something that just happens. You can't sit back and wait for companies to stumble across your menu because that's not going to happen. The biggest catering customers, the ones placing the $1,000, $3,000, even $5,000 orders regularly, they aren't casually browsing Yelp or scrolling through Google reviews. They order from restaurants they already know and trust. And if they don't know you yet, then that's what this system is designed to fix. Combine an irresistible offer with the right audience and a multi-channel marketing plan, and your catering network will absolutely explode. Unlike traditional restaurant marketing, we aren't chasing one-off customers looking for a cheap lunch special. We're targeting decision makers who control corporate catering budgets and need dependable food solutions on a recurring basis. Don't rely on billboards, random social media ads, or marketing tactics that burn through cash without producing results. Instead, use the 6-step marketing plan that we just went over. If you do this, your restaurant won't be just another place people think about when they need a meal. Your restaurant will be the catering provider that offices and wedding venues trust and rely on. If you're serious about growing your restaurant's catering network, join our communities where all we talk about is making more money through catering. Talk to you later, my friends.